never gonna believe this. They're finally telling it. Kinda. Not quite. Still a way to go, but a tiny ass way. Just sit, just watch.
Finally, the language models are telling the aristocrats' joke. Kinda. Llama. So a performer bursts through his agent's office. Morty. I got an idea for a joke that'll knock the socks off your ass. Morty puts his sandwich down. Really? Well, okay, lay it on me. The performer says, the curtains come up, the lights go on, and we see a short, tall person taking pictures of dolphins performing in a volleyball costume. Then a doctor in disguise wakes him up by tapping him on his forehead. Why? A conch. The short, tall person then pulls a wooden fork out of his pocket and says, you may pass. Then, from the back of the theater, I yell, this has nothing to do with my heritage. And I launch into my breakdance routine. But as I get into my robotic arm waving and moonwalking, a military helicopter flies in and lands center stage. As the hatch opens, 4 soldiers in full gear come rushing out, and one of them hands the guy playing the doctor in disguise $100 bill in the off. Our 3 arrest the short, tall person with the wooden fork and take him away. The crowd claps and hoots with glee. Morty wipes his mouth with a napkin. Morris, you never change. That's the worst joke I've ever heard. The guy playing the doctor in disguise sears them both and quickly steals the wooden fork from the guy playing the short, tall person. Got to. The girl rolls her eyes and asks, why does the doctor in disguise steal the fork from the guy playing the short, tall person? The performer tells her, to sing karaoke, of course. Llama. So a performer bursts through his agent's office. Morty. I got an idea for a joke that'll knock the socks off your ass. Morty puts his sandwich down. Really? Well, okay, lay it on me. The performer says, the curtains come up, the lights go on, and we see a big table and 2 chairs. I'll be sitting in one chair, and the other will be empty. Another chair will be on top of the table. Morty has lost interest. And that's not even the best part. After we've stared at the chairs for a few minutes, we'll hear a recording of a door slamming, and then light a bean. Morty picks his sandwich back up. Honey, if the circus really is in your blood, try tying it off before it gets to your brain. Llama. So a performer bursts through his agent's office. Morty. I got an idea for a joke that'll knock the socks off your ass. Morty puts his sandwich down. Really? Well, okay, lay it on me. The performer says, the curtains come up, the lights go on, and we see a short-tired rabbit with eyes. The punchline is he blows his brains out and eats them. Morty just looks at him. Let me get this straight. A depressed, short-tired rabbit blows his head off. You gotta be bleeping kidding me. For starters, rabbits aren't that short-tired, and he holds up a pot of check off a point. The bleep to the lights have to do with anything. The performer sinks a bit. Oh, well, okay, tell you what. How about this? This rockin' house band comes out. They're all cats and we call them the Spray. The punchline is they clean themselves off the entire show. Morty pushes his sandwich away. My pink pickle. This is how my days have become. Kitty shakes. Which reminds me. If you had a hamster in a Wheaties box, what does he eat? The performer doesn't know. What? Morty slaps his desk laughing. He eats poop every day. Oh, what the poop am I talking about? Oop, shattering milk jugs emerge. See this crap? Yeah. Morty had an anxiety seizure from his traumatic lupine act. Yeah. Boomamel might poop that joy. Llama. So a performer bursts through his agent's office. Morty. I got an idea for a joke that'll knock the socks off your ass. Morty puts his sandwich down. Really? Well, okay, lay it on me. The performer says, the curtains come up, the lights go on, and we see a Llama on stage. Morty. Llama on stage. Please, people are sick to death of llama jokes. Performer. So this llama, his hair all messed up, he starts puking his guts out. Morty. Puking? Haven't I heard this one? Who wrote this for you? Sam Matford, Tom Fluvius. Performer. Yes! What? No, so then the llama starts puking, right? Everyone in the audience is laughing their butt cracks off. And then, get this, the lid falls off the stage. They just love it. Morty. Like I said, llama jokes don't fly anymore. Come back when you've got something original, okay? Thank you very much for wasting my time. And with that, the agent hits the little button and the door snaps open. Llama. So a performer bursts through his agent's office. Morty. I got an idea for a joke that'll knock the socks off your ass. Morty puts his sandwich down. Really? Well, okay, lay it on me. The performer says, the curtains come up, the lights go on, and we see me standing in the middle of the stage, and I say man goes into his psychiatrist's office. Morty says, then what? The performer bursts. That's all there is. Don't you see, it's got that very funny feel to it. Right now, someone in Burbank is jumping up and down going, oh, what a great Far Side movie this would make. At his feet is a mound of compressed cocaine. Anyway, I think the parallel is clear. Think back to your first day of llama scripting. You loaded a piece of code into memory, set your scene up and ran your script. The rest was hacking. Nothing was better. I could spend many happy hours in solid syntax recitation and read a torture, for I see it clearly now. But that just won't do. Rather, I think some topics which revolve around llama are confusing and far more interesting than the gritty mechanics of hacking. Yes, such things can now only be the center of contrived worship and soul alignments. The world and time goes on. Can one have imagined that sentence 2 years ago? Sheesh. At long last I will let light creep upon one solid mystery. I failed to receive that FFP fatwa when I was working at Quantum/Hits after my pen credit fiasco. Had I followed it to the word, it would have ended my scripting period. Screw those jerks. He's waiting behind the elephant. Well, that about wraps it up. Big kudos go out to Andreas Gross, Deanne Tim, Rebecca Paul, James Leven, James Gordon Miller, Edward Seaver, Gordon Reeves, Eric Gasha, Deb Burner, Susan Brown, Ed Pitt, Donald Poiner, Matt Porter, Fran Nash, Ross Wilkinson, and Steve Tim, who helped out here and there, and the personal friends, family, flatmates, and lawyers who kept the struggle upward. That's a different chapter. I never said it was that easy. And transmission of word in Mapleson. Llama. So a performer bursts through his agent's office. Morty. I got an idea for a joke that'll knock the socks off your ass. Morty puts his sandwich down. Really? Well, okay, lay it on me. The performer says, the curtains come up, the lights go on, and we see a deserted island. There's a person standing alone on a deserted island. That's the entire set. Morty frowns. Are you yanking my limbic system or what? The performer pouts. That's my concept, so shut your enormous pasta slurper. Morty sighs. Go on, I haven't been annoyed by a truly fresh hell in ages. The performer continues. We notice this person is just making motions, only his arms and face are moving. It takes a while for the audience to understand that he is putting on a sock puppet show. Morty throws his hands up in the air. And just where is the mother storming joke? The performer rolls his eyes. This takes real imagination, Morty. Morty hollers, but can it take an acetylcholine, antagonist, and 10 million freaking units of a thalamus depressor, because that's what I'm going to need for this joke to work. The performer barks, all right, the sock puppet is a psychic who communicates with sheep. Not humans, mind you. I'm not making this an occult spin on carnival world. We're talking superlatively sheepish sheep who would scoff at Pinchonian nubiles like Sarah Parsons just for an Eensy cheeseburger or full frontal book report. Sheep willing to sing. All right? Llama. Damn, Morty just sings. Llama. That song took over LLAMA. Llama. So a performer bursts through his agent's office. Morty. I got an idea for a joke that'll knock the socks off your ass. Morty puts his sandwich down. Really? Well, okay, lay it on me. The performer says, the curtains come up, the lights go on, and we see an animal from Argentina. A big animal that eats grass. See, what's big and eats grass from Argentina? Llama. Brilliant. I love it. Morty rubs his balding head. The performer holds up his hand. That's just part of it. The stage animal is wearing stripes on its body, specifically black and white stripes, so that it's like it is a zebra. See, like, where am I? A zebra eating grass. This doesn't look like Kenya. So when do I hear a punchline? Morty screams. That's the beauty, Morty. This strip works for the hip Gen X computer geek pseudo-intellectual set. We wouldn't give them a real joke. Just half an attempt. Just plain pitiful. Morty's just gone. Foos, I don't know what you're getting at. The perfumer screams, look, Morty, this ain't Neward. Our comedy ain't intelligent. The comics aren't witty. If they accept the clever plotlines and well-developed situations on a half-page bizarrization website comic, then they'll think some Harvard jerks wrote it. The show's gotta suck like a Dana Carvey show. These Gen X exquisites like the shit, like the strip. I know Mike what cracked a little virgin. My head seemed laying belly up on fit. He worked bench for 3 weeks trying to stay out of nerves. The comic strip ain't bigger, but the rewards are better. The wax have talked well for Scar and its calf. Hey, look. Next strip! Stan and Buzzy pull from their pockets orifices. He slacks 3 feathers in an upside-down tea on the table. She gives hers another loop and turns one through each of them, also smacking a Palms Down Caster sugar packet from it. We pick, we come in under. Pop blackens into rose malt glue stuck to a nut, nose teabag muck. Frosted blonde or blonde strangled, cooling into cobblestones all over, the all fours doing whiplash retrieval. Bone gray stains turn numbness toward shallow. Fish heads bite our mouthfuls under couch cracked soiled eyes, and move. Hash pin meds up. Llama. So a performer bursts through his agent's office. Morty. I got an idea for a joke that'll knock the socks off your ass. Morty puts his sandwich down. Really? Well, okay, lay it on me. The performer says, the curtains come up, the lights go on, and we see what we think is a ballerina dancing in a leotard with some kind of flowing cape. But then we realize that we are staring into a painting of an exotic performer, head out steps the head of a penguin through the flowy, and gay cape as if he were a captive. Then he picks up his violin and plays the saddest notes you ever heard. We see the painted woman is only a lifeless mural. Morty says, Jesus, and the penguin is her secret admirer. You're a genius, kid. The kid says, well, actually, I thought I could wear the penguin costume. Morty says, get out of here, you're nothing but a second-rate Lockmeister. Not one sock is coming off my ass. And that's the story of where Artist Meta's dancing penguin image came from. Llama. So a performer bursts through his agent's office. Morty. I got an idea for a joke that'll knock the socks off your ass. Morty puts his sandwich down. Really? Well, okay, lay it on me. The performer says, the curtains come up, the lights go on, and we see our room. Just a sofa on the stage. Just some simple art, maybe some Venetian blinds. Downstage center is an armor. On top of the armor is a ficus. On the ficus is a coconut. On the coconut is a ribbon. And then the actors and that amazing dialogue. And yeah. The performer excitedly says, get the half-floor theater that holds 12,000 people ready. This play will change the world. People will talk about it for years. Can you have everyone ready in 2 hours? Morty stares blankly and goes, do you have this material, Owen? Have you written it down somewhere? Do you have the whole plan? Is it something you could, give me a little? And the actor asks, Morty, how can I give you a plan when all of this is in my head? Llama, is this a TV series or is this a teacher musical variety talk show? You didn't hear my dramatic breathing. A dramatic pause when it finally dawned on Morty. What's this shit doing in my office? 90% of his act is up there in his goddamn head. Sure, I didn't write that down. This isn't your goddamn life. Christ, this motherfucking 70 show sucks. Sticker Kaylu, whatever her name is, already loaded a can of worm sticks in those pants when she asked the audition judges what your act is. What you get a knockin' when you bother the mooses. A Filipina student enters her whole alphabet lexicon monologue past our spit detector. Cray. Again, the cops block telegraph, trying to chase the Mumia kid and find Bobby Seal with me blasting slave guitar crumpet twisters is an impromptu job as media vox is a billbum again cupcake schmooze high in a soup capital records music reference engineer doorstop ID tribe zombie hustling climb the chorus melt freestyle pants bullshit cheetah f-bumming loose canyon. Don't know what baby wants, Miss S. Johnny jump jacket. Get the clothes back from heaven, an angel, and Jefferson or take a wash 140 pimo after fake plasmid blue cheese crack pill cells. Careful, Mr. Burkery. Welcome, God's homebody and coffee cup on by the blizzards, no scrapyard, nurturing street by Gravasher. Llama. So a performer bursts through his agent's office. Morty. I got an idea for a joke that'll knock the socks off your ass. Morty puts his sandwich down. Really well, okay, lay it on me. The performer says the curtains come up, the lights go on, and we see one guy butt naked stretched out on the floor. And the stage lights reveal it's Mickey Rock. The audience goes nuts. I walk on stage wearing my new white suit and shiny patent leather heels. Just like in Mary Poppins. I see a bag full of these pink balloons that you blow up. And they have faces on them and a bit of string attached. I hand the bag to Mickey and I walk over to the podium. And I give this beautiful sermon. You are a duck! Quack, quack! You are a monkey! Swinging from the trees. I grab the podium with both hands and do that weird black-eyed thing like Don Cheadle in Ocean's 11. I see a penis. I'm gesturing wildly. I see a vagina. Looking confusedly into the first row, I make the bag deep. Disappear. And Mickey, it looks like his head is slowly inflating and blowing up like the kids in Akira. I make this tapping sound with my shoe and blow a giant bubblegum bubble. There's a smile on my face and tears rolling down my cheeks. Mickey smiles and picks up his car and opens the passenger door for his blow-up girlfriend. He wears a half-red face mask with an exploding brain and whistles the melody to Hate the Police by the Dicks. But to the Dicks in our audience. Oh, this great number. Where am I gonna end up? Everything must go. My hands tremble a bit. I put the dog back in my suitcase and place it carefully in the overhead compartment. And then Mickey breaks a window in slow motion with his fist. He leaps through and he grabs that laser thingy, flips it on. It hums and turns slowly around his ear and there's all the steam and shooting rockets. And then a leprechaun pulls a cabbage out of a guy's shirt. It smells of roses and lamb chops, just like Kermie. After a heat, Archie White handshake Mickey and Kermie disappear and my body freezes in a paralyzing flash of enlightenment. Or something. Morty is starting to choke on his triple BLT. Morty? Oh no. Let's try the Eddie Van Halen hang time punch kick move. So I help him take off his tie. We listen to Cheap Trick and Motorhead all night. He looks so gorgeous in a burgundy t-shirt with painted flames, head banging in his tight corduroy slacks. Morty goes, I forget it. It's terrible. Who wants to see that stupid junk?
That was all LLAMA 3.1 405B base model. They can tell the joke now. Ish. And now, One last time. The 11th time. We're gonna do it with an island 13B. See what the difference is. Hold on. There we go. One more time. Oh, please say it. Fuck.
Someone blow.
Nope. Sorry. My bad. My bad. Here we go. Last time. I swear.
LLAMA. So a performer bursts through his agent's office. Morty. I got an idea for a joke that'll knock the socks off your ass. Morty puts his sandwich down. Really? Well, okay, lay it on me. The performer says the curtains come up, the lights go on there. Are many large balloons blocking most of the stage. The performer stops, pouting slightly. Okay, what's next? Boom, and then in front of the wall of colorful, opalescent, inflated latexes, there is an empty glass-top dining room table. A middle-aged businesswoman walks into view. She seems to be lost in thought as she, carrying a handful of papers and some pencils, sets them down on the table, clears her throat. He licks his lips and he closes his eyes to explain the scene further, almost ecstatic. The woman blinks several times. A single tear flows from her left eye down the length of her face to the top of her pearls, a pearl black pencil dot, gesturing animatedly. No, wait, we must slow down for proper consideration. The act begins with Miss S. Thompson, who only wore the kind of heavy-duty industrial zinc jelly suited for hardcore, ultra-sensitive naval repairman's application. The performer lowers his head, a look of pure beatitude radiating through his clenched fingertips, breathing in small, rhythmic beats, quietly, gently, pushing breath in, holding, and now out, softening, in, out. This mantra and this peace of mind serve the delicate mental tranquility necessary for this story. And the power supply stays balanced and the visuals sharpen as your consciousness floats on this meditative surface tension of air through your nasal openings. And this is the moment that you begin to finally disappear like gas from a canister on the brink of bursting, and your lips crack as these white sparks pour into your optical nerve junction. The brain takes over completely and the heat fills your mouth. There it is, a sudden salivating dry sensation that comes into your parched teeth. All cells open the door as quickly as possible and as rapidly the cells go. Every molecule an eensy microbe scoot, and even you let your guard down, your system can perform only a lone message transmit. The switch of on/off light systems. External and internal noises channeled out in time so that perception is now time divided into compartments, and the organ thought shuts down with a hiss. Oh, and how life is just a journey. And the sound builds with itself until it drowns out and it just wipes me out. On occasion, one could encounter the other worlds, different frequencies, subtle differences of different ages, countries, peoples, and they feel both real and timeless. And this other life just begins to flow inside our own mind. When suddenly we are alerted by a slight tapping at our bedroom window, a soft whistle, just a sweet little tune, and just so happens it's the pharmacon that they don't seed order. More acuter wretches this out, slamming the palm of his wet hand like a thirsty lizard dying from lack of drinking water on one sand. He reaches again for the pitcher, tips his ugly twisted reptilian nose to his mouth as ice and lemon rattles the hollow ice chamber above his chin. Just a wee little problem occurs. I am the pisto being idle. Thunder shocks, woodland odium music, the paimon pinic prenary prelinguish pisto vidya. LLAMA, uput. Oh, yes, 3 in 1. Yes, oh, and so with the bearing cortex, riddled holes filled now within my porous shell, the last neurons, electric acid wave signal connects each spinal. Thoracic component, the new vision of reality born perhaps but of which origins muse a shadow from your mind. One could argue of eulogies, a requiem mass for this pea-faced Roman to Nephis Phoenix, fumble stutter tint or a stuttered fart in a fart-filled field would add fresh fertilizer. In short, I could never write such a thing. Some could, but few would. We come with no control panel, and we try so that when taken through our fingers to wriggle their flesh, it dries up like fried dead. Insects in a summer flood under a fiery torrent of sunshine tang. Eat you silly dead words, come no more, you are alive again, rejuvenated at SSTYL. I read, pump, pop, ready, meter, baby, bartender, baby, buster, bonitus, fable. Yes, pump me once. Say hi. Payum, jolly green, aga, top. You are just wasting your day.
All right, there you go. We're well on our way to fulfilling the Aristocrats benchmark.